Tonight it's high school hockey on WMSA as the Massena Red Raiders take on the Purple Ghost of Alexandria Bay. Our broadcast brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, by Agway, the Family Farm Home and Garden Center, South Main Street, Massena, Collins Brothers Sunny Service, North Country Savings Bank on Phillips, Homestead Dairies, West Hatfield, in the corner of North Main and Maple, by the Seacom Federal Credit Union, Stern Street, North Country Sports, Bogosian's Carpet, Massena Savings and Loan, Massena Building Supply, Massena General Contract. Second trip in a few days down in this area of the county.
Down 37, Jerry, and we'll be back again on Friday down to Watertown.
That's right.
We're in here. It's been a long time since I've been into the Alex Bay rink. It hasn't changed that much. It's still damp. Not too cold tonight, but a little on the dampish side. But the Purple Ghost, wearing the 10-0-1, definitely have the upper hand. But, Massena's got to come out. They've got to play with intensity, as Coach Stan Moore mentioned. They got to go out, play their game this first period, have some good forechecking, hopefully jump out quickly. Because the longer you go against a team like the Bay, you're letting them back in the ball game.
For sure.
On the other side of the coin, George Dobbins' club, he wants to score early. He wants to keep Massena off the scoreboard early. Okay, Jerry, back to you.
Pat Tracy's line out for Massena, Tracy Murphy and McCracken. And it's going to be Matt Bulger centering Jamie Parker and Bud Thomas to start it off for the Bay. On defense, Sharkey and Simpson. For Massena on defense, Adams and Schneider. And Mike Adams has the puck in his own end over to Brett Schneider. Schneider starts back. Two-man forecheck for the Bay. Schneider circles in behind his own net, moves it up the wing to Murphy, kept in at the point, goes into the slot, swept away by Schneider. Schneider poke checks it ahead, McCracken, and then he bangs it out to center ice. It comes to Pat Tracy. He's got Murphy trailing, feeds it. No, he takes a shot. It's knocked down. McCracken follows to Murphy, or Tracy rather, and his shot knocked down. And here comes Murphy, flipping it in the corner. McCracken, side of the net, center as it goes in behind off a leg. And it's picked up on the defense by Sharkey. Sharkey trying to carry it out of the zone. And he doesn't get it out. It bounces right back in behind. Murphy picking up the loose puck in behind the net. Shovels it right in front. And Charlie Burns, the goalie, has to make a stop. Back to the point. Here's a shot right on by Schneider, the rebound. McCracken tries to slide it through. It's backhanded out to center ice. And it comes back into the Massena zone. Bruce DeRushy, of course, will be guarding the cage for the Red Raiders. Now Massena looking to make a line change. The puck comes free. Picked up by Massena's winger, Jeff Bigelow, but it's poked away from him. Back in the zone. Here's a backhander. And DeRushy has to make the first, well, not the first save of the game, but his first save. Now the long right wing pass goes to Bigelow. He breaks by the defense, gets a shot off, and a defenseman got back nicely. That's Jeff Van Brocklin and made the block. And so the faceoff will come inside Bay territory.
Jerry, we played a minute and 20 seconds, and the Purple Ghost defense have been beaten 3 times. Once up in the neutral zone, twice in their own defensive zone. One time I looked up, and Scott McCracken was all alone in front of the Alex Bay goalie, and everyone else out by the blue line.
Off the faceoff, it comes bouncing out to center ice. Brian Levac circles in his own end, trying to flip it to Jake Morris. His centerman goes by him, Thompson, and he dumps it in the Bay zone. The Bay has got Mike Bradley, Tim Healy, and Jeff Dobbins out there. Jeff, of course, the coach's son. Now the puck flipped around the boards, comes into the circle, and it's controlled there and out to center ice by Jeff Van Brocklin. Slides to the Massena blue line. Brian Levac picking it up there. There's Levac, has it poked away in behind. Good forechecking by Dobbins. Levac still trying to come up with the puck, slides it along, back to the point, and it slides out to center ice. Jake Morris after it, sweeps it into the Bay zone. Morris in the corner going after it along with Greg Edgar. Morris and Edgar jam for it in the corner. Morris trying to come up with it, poke checked away, and picked up there by Brent Cooley. Cooley trying to clear the zone, gets it out to center ice. Thompson blocks it right there, takes a whack at it, tied up along the boards. Now Cooley, and he gets it out to the circle at center ice. Jamming for it there as Massena makes the Fauché line change, and on the ice they come. In behind the net, Alex Bay territory. Van Brocklin trying to flip it around as Fauché throws a check. The puck slides free, though, goes out to center ice. Picked up by Tommy Post, who shovels it right back in the Bay zone. Took a weird bounce, but goaltender Burns handles it, leaves it behind for Van Brocklin. Flips it around, doesn't get it out. Here's Adams, shot deflected. Oh, just wide. I think that went off Fauché's stick. And it's going to be icing again. No, they wave it off as I believe Mike Adams got a piece of it. And all the way back in the Massena zone it comes. Here's Adams with it on the right side. Hitting the wing. Whitcomb. Whitcup feeds it down. Trying to come up with it again. Here's Whitcup circling back again. Drops it over. Mike Adams to Davis. Davis ahead for Fauché. Gets it back again. Bouncing puck goes back to the Massena line. Here comes Tommy Post. Flips it in the Bay zone. In behind the net. They're going to call an icing on that. That was a very close call, but he was on his side of the red line.
Close, but close enough to call. I think the Raiders will be able to spring the weak side wing. This Alex Bay defense don't seem to be, at the present time, too mobile. And I think George Dobbins mentioned that one of the drawbacks is club that they're not a good skating club, and the defense, they don't look that mobile. And I think Massena will be able to spring that weak side wing down there for a couple of breakaways.
Off the faceoff, Tracy wins the draw back to Mike Adams, who flips it around the boards for Murphy. Murphy, head man to his center man, goes by Tracy, back to the Bay blue line, feeding it to the Massena blue line. Tommy Post has it taken away, and back the other way comes Bulger. Bulger drops to an open wing. Tracy tried to get a stick on it. He can't. It's controlled by Bulger. He can't get it in the zone, bouncing around right at the blue line. Now Murphy gets a big long stick on it and slides it into the Bay zone. Back out to the blue line. Post throws a hard check, but the puck comes out, and it's flipped down the ice by Alex Bay, and that'll be, no, they wave off the icing, and it's controlled by Massena. Moving it out is Mike Adams. Adams down the left wing side. He flips it in Bay territory, whips around behind the net, stopped by goaltender Burns. Burns leaving it for his defenseman, Sharkey. Sharkey around the boards. Tracy steps in front, looking to move it along. They jam for it in the corner, back to the point. Post shot knocked down, gets it back again, can't clear it, and it's out to center ice. Picking up the puck there is Jeff Dobbins. He dumps to the Massena line, gets it back again, but there's going to be a whistle. And an offsides, I believe.
Again, right at the present time, the last couple minutes, kind of scrambly, Jerry. A lot of play in the neutral zone. Neither team can't seem to get the continuity moving here, and a little scrambly. The Raiders will have one of their big challenges, I guess one of the big pluses on Alex Bay is their goalie, Charlie Burns. He's only given up 24 goals in 9 games, and that's pretty good goals against average.
Here comes Levac in behind the net, flipping it around the boards for Tommy Moore as the Morris line in there. Moore goes back in behind. Schneider ahead, and it's dumped right back in as Jeff Bigelow couldn't find the handle. Now Levac with it. In behind the net, has it poked away. Goes into the corner. In behind, Levac throws a check. The puck bounces free, kicked into the corner by Morris. The Bay trying to come up with it, though. Top of the circle, and it comes free. Here's a shot right in front, and it flies through. There's going to be a penalty on Massena. A hooking call will go against the Raiders as... let me see here. Mike Bradley in a position to maybe get a shot off, but he was tied up.
Yeah, Brian Levac tied him up in front of the net. Brian did a good job initially, moved him off the puck, and then kind of continued on and stuck the stick up underneath the armpit and gave him a little tug, and referee Mel Tumulty right in front of the play and whistled him. And the Bay's going to go on a power play. They haven't been too prolific on their power play. They've had 1 power play goal in 9 games, Jerry.
Parker will be out there along with Jamie Parker, so both Parkers, Nate and Jamie. And Bud Thomas will be the other up man. And dropping back, well, we'll pick him up in a moment. That's Sharkey and Van Brocklin. Puck in the corner now. Sharkey with it. Moving it around. Massena, Tracy, and McCracken out to kill now. Here's a shot, goes through a leg, bouncing into the slot. Where is it? Goes into the corner. I think Bruce DeRushy got a stick on it. Picking it up there is Nate Parker. Parker taken into the boards by Brett Schneider, who's out there with Thompson. Tracy comes up with a puck, has it taken away. Bouncing into the circle, back to the point, kept in. Here's a drive, Van Brocklin. That's knocked down right in front. Comes out to center ice, and Pat Tracy picks it up and tries to get it down the ice, hit the official, and he's going to get it back again. Breaks in the shot. He fired it wide by about 1.5 miles. Now back the other way as Massena changes up. Here comes the Bay. Mike Bradley into the zone, now taken into the boards. McCracken picks up the loose puck. Can't get it out of there. Puck into the corner. Whips around. It comes to Bradley. Bradley back to the point. It slides out to center ice as Van Brocklin couldn't keep it in. Has to go over to Sharkey now. McCracken throws a check at him and missed him. Puck goes to an open wing to the blue line and dumped down the ice by Massena's Mike Adams. In behind the net. We're down to 20 seconds and counting left in the Alex Bay penalty. Back in to pick it up is Jeff Dobbins. Building up ahead of steam. Kind of lost the puck. Comes to the Massena blue line. Takes it across. And he gets tied up. Puck goes in behind the net. Now Jake Morris in there for checking. Adams comes in to help out, flips it, doesn't get it out. Comes back to Sharkey, his drive, knocked down in front. Comes into the high slot. Here's a backhander, fired it wide. Here's another shot, side of the net. They score!
Number 14, Mike Bradley, picked up his own rebound off the backboards and tucked it in on the far side. And we were mentioning that the Alex Bay Purple Ghost had only had one power play goal in the 9 previous games, but they were kind of impressive out there. They kept the pressure on the Raiders. That's a little shock treatment. I'm sure Coach Stan Moore's saying, okay, come on now. You don't win ball games on press clippings. You don't win them on X's and O's. You got to go out there and start skating, start hitting a little bit, and the Raiders are kind of complacent right now. Maybe that'll wake them up.
Of course, that won't go down as a power play goal because the power play elapsed, but it resulted from the penalty.
Yeah, it did. All the pressure was exerted when they had the man advantage.
Bradley getting the goal. Also on the assist, Bulger. And Dobbins picking up an assist. Faucher's line out. Whitcup with a puck. Trying to headman to his winger, Davis. Davis, puck's in the zone. He gets knocked down at the blue line and gets up, gets the puck. Faucher shot right on the save. And a good save by Charlie Burns. Puck picked up on the defense by Sharkey. Sharkey in behind the net now. In the corner, puck goes free. Davis takes a whack at it. Now Faucher in there trying to come up with it. And Faucher does. Faucher in front. Whitcup can't get the shot off as he got hauled down. And the puck comes out. Here comes Alex Bay breaking out of there. Brent Cooley. And he just dumps it in the Massena zone as he wants off. And Bay makes a line change. Puck comes down the ice. That's going to be an icing call against Massena, I believe. Yep. And that was one of those attempted breakout passes that didn't connect.
Yeah, Mike Adams turning the corner didn't take a real good look. Just had a peek up, and he wasn't forechecked. In fact, there wasn't a Bay player within 20 feet. Mike could have made a little better pass up to the wing, but I just say the breakout play that didn't click.
Third line, though, with some good chances.
Yes.
Down at the Bay end. Okay, we're going to have Bulger out there against Tracy. Tracy wins the draw, feeds it ahead for Post. Post to McCracken. McCracken drops back for Post. Here comes Post across the blue line, but McCracken got pushed offside, so we'll have a face-off just outside Alex Bay territory.
Yeah, again, number 8, Greg Egar doing the job. Had his check up on the line and nudged him offside. Smart play by number 8.
Face-off will come just outside Alex Bay territory. 7:20 left in the first period. And on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 1-0 Alex Bay.
Again, Jerry, I think the Raiders are going to be able to capitalize on this Alex Bay defense. They're not the greatest skating defensemen.
Off the face-off, puck whistles around the boards, bouncing. And the Bay picks it up. Bulger out to center ice. Murphy intercepts, turns back the other way. Here comes Murphy across the blue line, 3-on-1. Trying to feed Tracy right in front, but it comes in on the goalie, Burns, and he covers it up. The puck came back out again, and the whistle had blown.
Those are things that give coaches gray hair. The Raiders beat them up in the blue line again, as they've done about 5 times. They came in on a 3-on-1 from the top of the circle and didn't get the shot off. Scotty Murphy held on it just a little bit too long. He didn't have to hold it that long. Sometimes you want to get right into the defenseman's knees before you make that pass, and you really don't have to.
Off the face-off, Brett Schneider flips it in the corner. Comes back to the blue line out to center ice. Schneider dumps to an open wing. Massena tags up, comes back in the corner. Simpson trying to flip it back to the blue line. Hard check thrown by Thompson. Puck slides free, Jake Morris. Morris trying to knock it through. Puck poked away back to the Massena blue line. Brett Schneider is there. Headman off a stick back into the zone. Picked up by Simpson. He clears the zone back to the Massena blue line. And again, Schneider is there. Headman pass. Tommy Moore goes by him, and they wave the icing off. It comes in behind. Picked up by Simpson. Simpson flipping it. Kept in by Thompson, who pinches. Feeds to Bigelow. Bigelow in behind the net. Jeffrey with a puck now, looking to backhand it. Goes back to the point. Schneider shot on the fly, deflected high over the net. Now picked up by Jake Morris. Jake back to the point, but it goes out to center ice. And Brett Schneider has to come back. Schneider's headman goes over to Thompson. Thompson starts back the other way. Here's Thompson. Dumps it in the zone. Now Morris racing in after it. Simpson gets there. Flips it around the boards. And here comes Alex Bay to the red line. And nobody knew where the puck was. Finally, it's picked up there by Brent Cooley. Feeding it along the blue line. Dumped in the zone by the Bay. Tommy Post coming after it. Post flipping it around for Levac. Levac comes back the other way from left to right behind the Massena goalie. Here comes Levac. Headman right on the stick of Whitcup goes by him. Picked up there by Edgar. Edgar feeds to center ice. Whitcup after it there. Takes a check. Trying to slide it in the zone. Gets it in, but it's knocked out back in Davis. The layoff sides on Massena. Massena clears the zone, and Davis races back in after it, but is flipped out to center ice by Van Brocklin, and it's picked up by Whitcup. Whitcup slides it in behind the net. Burns flips it into the corner. Now Fauché steps in front of the clearing pass. Centers it right across the goal mouth, but it's knocked down. And after it there is Brent Cooley. He just slides it to center ice. Davis feeds it for Levac. Levac, head man to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across. His drive, the save made by Burns. The rebound cleared to the blue line, and down the ice it goes. And icing is going to be waved off, and it's going to come in behind the net. Picked up there by Jamie Parker racing in. He has it taken away, but it slides back to the point. Here's a shot deflected. Oh, just wide, and I mean just wide. Now Tommy Post with it. In behind to Davis. Davis starts out for Massena. He just gets it out to center ice. Dumped back in by the Bay. Comes right in on DeRushy. He leaves it in behind. And a hard check thrown there on the back, but Whitcup back to pick up the loose puck. Whitcup flips it to Post. Post ahead to Davis. Davis trying to feed his breaking man, but it's going to be an icing call against Massena, and that'll move the faceoff back into Massena territory. 4:11 left in the first period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard. It's Alex Bay 1 and Massena no score.
Coach George Dobbins has got to be happy right now. Everything is going according to his plan. Score early and then play kitty bar the door, play for your break, and that's what the Bay is doing. If they're just dumping it in and they get that opportunity to get down there and forecheck, they do. They take advantage, and it's working right according to Hoyle for them.
Back to the point it comes, kept in by the Bay, flipped around by Simpson. In behind the net, the Bay trying to get it back to the point, but it's out to center ice, and in fact slides all the way back into the zone. Simpson after it there. There's going to be a penalty on McCracken as soon as the Bay touches, or Massena touches the puck. And there's going to be, a cross check on McCracken.
Yeah, it's a good call. Mel Tamalti, I think Scotty's showing a little bit of frustration. The puck was in behind the Alex Bay goal, and Scotty was attempting to forecheck, and the off defenseman just kind of skated in front of him, didn't interfere with him, and out of frustration, Scotty just kind of gave him a cross check from behind, and good call by Mel Tamalti. And the Raiders need a spark. They're out of sync right now. Maybe they expected to come in here and be ahead by 5 goals at this time, but the Bay's playing well, and on a small rink like this, they can give you trouble.
That's for sure. I've seen this kind of thing happen before here. Puck in behind now. The Bay on the power play once again for Massena. Pat Tracy out there along with Joe Fauché. Here comes the Bay breaking through, but knocked out of the play nicely by Adams. Brett Schneider picks up the loose puck and flips it down the ice. And it comes back inside Bay territory. Now flipped up by the goalie. It comes to Bulger. Bulger starts back, kind of overskates it. Now backhands it to the Massena line. Schneider is there, flipping it ahead for Fauché. Fauché gets by 1, gets by 2. Here's Fauché trying to move it through and circles around now, looks to waste some time, flips it back to Schneider. Here's Schneider, over to Adams, back to Schneider at the Massena blue line, and then Schneider just jams it down the ice. Stopped in behind by Burns. About 35 seconds left in the power play. Okay, the Bay start moving it out as it's controlled there by Sharkey. Sharkey has it poked away by Tracy, and coming back to pick it up is Jeff Dobbins. Dobbins feeds it into the Massena zone. That'll be an icing call, I believe. Yep. Icing against Alex Bay will move the faceoff back inside Bay territory. With 2:37 remaining in the first period on the Peach Jewelers scoreboard, it's 1-0 Alex Bay. 20 seconds left in the Bay power play.
Excellent job by Joey Fauché killing off out there in that last shift. Good job. He ragged the puck in the neutral zone, carried it across the Bay blue line, wasted a lot of valuable time. Excellent job.
All right, Jake Morris out there now with Jeff Bigelow off the faceoff. Bigelow, but he can't get the shot off. Bouncing puck, comes to the blue line, not out. Yeah, it slides out, but Jake Morris controls it. Morris flips it over to Thompson. Thompson just dumps it in the zone. In behind the net. Bigelow forechecking, pokes it free. Here's Bigelow in the corner. He jams for it along with Nate Parker. Puck bouncing around, finally controlled by the Bay out to center ice. And Morris can't quite come up with it. It's dumped from center ice back into Massena territory. Penalty is up, and we're back to 5-on-5 as the puck comes around to Tommy Moore. Moore starts out, trying to hit his center man. It goes to the Bay line. It's intercepted there. Back out to center ice. Bouncing around, Jake Morris comes back, picks up the loose puck, takes it across. Here's Morris in behind the defense, looking to center it more, and he just fanned on the shot. Back to Thompson, his drive goes wide around the boards. Now the puck controlled by the Bay out to center ice. And Levac throws a check, the puck bounces free, where is it? Back in the Massena zone, picked up by Levac. Levac headman pass goes to Moore. Moore has it knocked away. Back into the Massena zone. Here's an opportunity for Bulger. He fired it way high over the net. Now in the corner. Where's the puck? Picked up by Massena. Poked away. Here's an opportunity right in front. The puck tied up. The shot goes wide in the corner off a leg. In there picking it up is Jeff Dobbins trying to center it. Intercepted Morris. And Jake breaks it out of there with just over a minute to play in the first period. Jake's wing pass as Massena changes lines. And here comes the Bay. Back out to center ice. Bouncing puck stolen away. Here's Whitcup, feeds Davis in the zone. Davis trying to center. Fauché deflects it just wide. Good opportunity. Puck around the boards in the corner. Now intercepts Whitcup. Whitcup dumps it in behind the net. Back there is the defenseman Sharkey. Fauché takes him out of the play. Davis picks up the puck. The wraparound save made. The rebound, Fauché, another save. The rebound jamming. And a good save by Charlie Burns.
I'll tell you, the best line the Raiders have had out there in that first period has been this third unit. Every time that they're out there, they're a spark plug. Joey Fauché, Bobby Whitcup, and Eddie Davis. And when they're in there, they're buzzing around, and they came awful close. Charlie Burns had to make a couple of good saves.
42 seconds left in the first period. Peach Jeweler scoreboard says Alex Bay 1, Massena no score. Off the faceoff, out to center ice. Here comes Bud Thomas across the line. The shot, the save made by DeRushy. Bouncing puck, doesn't get out of the zone. Now it does. Here comes Tommy Post. Post takes it across. Trying to drop pass to Fauché. Knocked away. We're down to 23 seconds around the boards. Adams steps in front. Trying to keep it in. He does. The puck slides free. Adams picks it up. Trying to center Davis, but it's bouncing out to center ice. Comes to Whitcup. Whitcup feeding Tommy Post. 10 seconds left in the period. Post gets it ahead. Here comes Whitcup with 5 seconds. He's going to drive it. It's knocked down, and that'll take care of the period right there. And there's going to be a penalty right at the end of the period as Joey Fauché is going to pick up an elbowing call.
Yes, he is. Mel Maltese making the call. You know, Jerry, if before this game started, and I would have maybe not bet the farm, but possibly maybe the barn, not the whole thing, that at the end of the first period, the score wouldn't be 1-0 in favor of Alex Bay. Looking at, you know, and this is what's great about high school sports and college sports. You can't go on relative scores. Well, we saw Thousand Islands last week, and Massena just completely dominated TI, and TI had beaten this club. And
That's right.
You know, Coach Coach Charlie, I'm missing his name. Where are we? George Dobbins. I'll get it right. I want to call him the goaltender, the coach. He wasn't too optimistic before the ball game, and I guess you got to go out and you got to win it on the ice, not not on the chalkboard, not in the press clippings. And the Raiders have been out of sync here this first period.
So far, if Massena's had a bad period all year, this is the one. Let's hope it's not a bad game.
Yeah, they that unit of, as we mentioned, Fauché, Whitcup, and Davis have really been their spark plug. Other than that, the Raiders have been a little out of sync, and their defense, they're not making that initial pass coming out of their own zone, and all you have to do is be off by just a little bit, and the whole play goes astray. You've got to hit those forwards coming out, and the Raider defense hasn't been sharp with that initial pass.
So we played a period on the Peach Jeweler.
I think he called him elbowing. Yeah.
Elbowing, okay. Yeah. So Massena will be down a man to start here, and I guess the first thing you concentrate on is killing the penalty off, and then playing some hockey, a little better than they did in the first period.
Yeah, the Purple Ghosts were the first ones back on the ice, accompanied by that blasting siren of theirs.
Yes.
Showing a lot of pep, and the Raiders were a little late coming out. I'm sure the coaching staff had a few things to say, and Joey White, our statistician, pointed up a good point. He said that, you know, Massena didn't have a full warm-up. They got here a little late and didn't benefit by a full warm-up, and that possibly, you know, could have an effect, especially after a long bus ride. But I'm sure that they're going to shake it up this period. Kill off the penalties, you said, then take the game to the Bay.
Okay, we've got Tracy out there along with McCracken and Schneider and Adams. And it comes to Adams, and he bangs it down the ice. Back to pick it up is Jeff Van Brocklin, feeding it over to his partner, Sharkey, and they dump it in the Massena zone. Adams is there. Circles in behind his own net. whips it around the boards. Stopping it is Sharkey. No, he didn't stop it. It goes all the way down the ice. And we're down to about a minute left in the penalty. 1-0. The Bay leads on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Here comes the Bay breaking out of there. Jeff Dobbins, he just flips it deep in the Massena zone. DeRushy went to stop it, missed it. Now Schneider taking into the boards, looking to move it through, has it poked away, controlled by the Bay. Alex Bay now moving to Dobbins. Dobbins drops it. Back to the point it comes. Here's the drive, knocked down by McCracken. He gave up the body, sacrificed his body, made the block. Back in the zone, puck stolen by Tracy. Tracy just slides it ahead to center ice, looking for McCracken, breaking on the right wing. Here comes McCracken to Tracy through the middle, poke checked away at the last minute. And back comes the Bay the other way. Breaking into the zone, poke checked away. Here's a shot right on. DeRushy makes the save, and the rebound picked up by Adams. He flips it out to center ice, and the Bay is going to be called for controlling with a high stick as Jeff Van Brockland knocked it down with a high stick, and that'll move the faceoff back into Bay territory. 17 seconds left in the Bay man advantage. 13:47 in the period, still 1-0. Alex Bay on the Bob Post scoreboard.
Raiders dodged the bullet there. Harmless little shot from the left point, but streaking down on the right side, Bud Thomas. And Bruce DeRushy gave up the rebound, and the weak side defenseman, Mike Adams, did not pick up that guy busting in there. And that's his responsibility. You can't let him break in there like that.
Off the faceoff, puck out to center ice. The Bay's got a 2-on-1 here. They take it across. Here's a shot, and the save made, I believe, by DeRushy. I think he got a piece of it, either that or it was wide. And the puck controlled by Thompson. Now the Bigelow, poke checked away from him. Nate Parker right in front. DeRushy gets a stick on it. Penalty is up. And Massena back to 5-on-5, but the puck still in the Massena zone. And a hard check thrown by Levac as he takes the man, and Morris picks up the puck. Here's Morris, headman out to Bigelow. Bigelow takes it across. It's taken away, back out to center ice. Picked up by Moore, drops it back to Thompson. Thompson flips it right by Bigelow. They wave off the icing as it comes back to Simpson in his own end. Now Bigelow whacking at it. He had lost his stick, gets it back again. Slides it right in front. It goes back to the point. Now Levac flips it into the corner. Comes in behind the net. After it is Sharkey. Sharkey around the boards. Morris steals. Flips it in behind again. Now picked up by Sharkey once more. Trying to go around the boards to Nate Parker. Back to the point. Kept in. And now it's dumped down the ice and iced by the Bay. And that'll move the faceoff back in Alex Bay territory. So Massena controlling the puck there, although they did not get a shot.
Yeah, it looks like the Bay is trying to shut off the Massena points inside the Bay defensive zone. They're holding their wings out high, so consequently that's going to leave the middle open. And Massena, if Alex Bay does that, continues to do that, that should create an opening in that slot area. They should be looking there first.
Okay, Faucher's line out now. Off the draw, back to the point. Schneider's drive, knocked down, and the Bay breaks out of there. Breaking down is Healy. Healy trying to go by. Davis poke checks it away. We've got LaBarge out there now, David. Now the puck back to the point. Here's a shot way wide. Whistles around the boards, back to the other point, kept in, comes in behind the net. Jason LaBarge after. He's going to leave it for Davis, who drops it back to LaBarge. LaBarge in behind, has it slipped away by Jeff Dobbins. Dobbins trying to come away. Faucher throws the check. Now LaBarge and Dobbins, they move it along the boards, and it comes to Faucher, ahead to Davis. Davis picks it up, ahead to Faucher. Here's Faucher down on the wing. He takes it by the defenseman into the corner. Here's Faucher now, looking to center it. Instead, takes it in behind. Now centers it right in front. Here's Whitcup, turnaround shot, and the save made by Burns. Back to LaBarge. He can't keep it in, and it's flipped down the ice. Brett Schneider back to pick it up. Here's Schneider, flipping it ahead for Whitcup. Whitcup trying to feed his center man. Davis picks it up instead. Here's Davis, splitting the D, gets taken out of the play, and Greg Edgar with it. Edgar clears the zone, out to center ice. Here comes Parker across the blue line. It just goes into the corner. Jason LaBarge picks it up. LaBarge in behind for Schneider. Schneider up on the wing to Whitcup. Whitcup moves it ahead to Faucher. Faucher looking for Davis, a little bit too far, intercepted at the blue line of Alex Bay. Now the puck out to center ice. The Bay flip to the Massena line. Faucher intercepts, feeds to Whitcup, and he just flips it back in as Massena's going to make a line change. Still 1-0 Alex Bay on the Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Back to the point. Murphy's drive, knocked down. Puck goes in the corner. After it is Murphy and McCracken. McCracken comes away trying to feed Pat Tracy, but it's flipped up off the ice surface. And what are we going to have? We're going to have a penalty, I believe.
I didn't see that. Jerry, but I do know that, again, the line of Fauché, Whitcup, and Davis, that time they were matched up against the Alex Bay big line of Matt Bolger, Bud Thomas, and Jamie Parker, and they carried the play to the Bay. Again, that's so far in this ball game.
Been the game, yeah.
A period and 5 minutes. They've been the shining light for the Raiders.
Well, Massena will go on the power plays. Edgar picked up the penalty. That happened back in the zone behind the play. I'm not exactly sure what the call is. Here comes the official. Cross-checking the call.
That was behind the play, yeah.
Off the face-off. Puck back to the point. Schneider trying to flip it into the slot. It goes wide. In behind, Pat Tracy. Tracy moving it up on the 45. Back to the point. Here's Thompson. Over to Adams. Adams, a little problem with. Now he gets the shot. Save made, the rebound. Oh, Murphy couldn't find it. Thompson flips it right on. The save made. And covering up on the play is Charlie Burns.
That time the Raiders did get a shot from the point, Mike Adams, but uncharacteristic for Massena. They had no one in front to screen that time. All three of the Raiders forwards were cleared out of the picture. If you take those shots from the point, you've got to have somebody in there to screen, deflect. Most goalies in any league can stop a shot from the point if they're not screened or somebody in there to cause a deflection.
Face-off will come back to the point. Thompson, did he keep it in? Yep, he did. Here comes Murphy in the corner, centering right in front. The shot, no, save was made. Now McCracken picks up the puck. Back to Murphy at the point. Thompson to Adams. Adams trying to center Murphy in the slot, backhander, and the save made. The puck comes back to Murphy. Murphy back to Adams at the point. Adams flipping it to Murphy in the corner. Here's Murphy right in front to Tracy, goes in behind. Tracy now in the corner, circling around, trying to move it around to McCracken, right corner. McCracken looks in front for Tracy, can't get the shot off. 25 seconds in the penalty. Back to Adams at the point. His drive through traffic goes wide. Bouncing puck comes back to Thompson at the point. He goes to Tracy on the right side. Tracy gets tied up, trying to come up with it. Flip back, kept in. Now it's back out of there. And here comes Jeff Dobbins. Dobbins a shot, knocked down as Adams gave up the body. Puck comes free in behind, still controlled by the Bay. Centering pass goes back to the point. Here's a shot knocked down, and McCracken blocks it. And with 1 second left, that'll take care of the power play, but here comes Murphy in on the off wing. Murphy in behind, trying to center it. Hit a stick that was down on the ice, and the puck comes back to center ice. Mike Adams with it. So Massena failing to score on the power play. Here comes Murphy again, feeding it to an open wing. Goes in behind the net. Still 1-0 Alex Bay with 9:07 remaining to play here. Back to the blue line. Levac takes a whack at it, and that's going to be an offsides. And we're down to 9:01 left.
Longer this goes, the more to the confidence builds in the Purple Ghosts, and you can see their intensity picking up. We've played a little over just about 6 minutes of this period, and they're playing really well at this point. On that last power play, the Raiders were trying to find that crease in the seam, and it was open in the middle, and they almost clicked a couple of times. Off
the face-off, the Morris line out there now. Levac trying to flip it ahead, knocked down, but Morris comes up with it. Has it poke-checked away into the Massena zone. Brett Schneider feeding it over on the other side. Levac, headman Morris. Morris loses it in his skates, but Moore is there to pick it up. Moore looking for Bigelow in front, can't get the shot off. Good opportunity there as the puck bounces out to center ice by Levac. Here's Levac. He circles now, looking for Tommy Moore. Moore feeding Morris. Morris to Bigelow, back across the line, breaks by the D to Morris, and it goes just by him again. Here's Morris in the corner, feeding Tommy Moore in behind the net. Moore flips it around for Morris. Jake in there, back to Moore. Moore in behind now, looking, circles, goes to Bigelow. Sharp angle, takes it into the slot. Shot, save made by Burns. Now the puck along the boards, controlled by the Bay, but not out. Back to the point, Levac, his quick wrist shot deflected right in front. Rebound Moore, and he fired it just wide. Now the puck comes to Morris, back to the point, and they can't keep it in, and Brett Schneider has to come back for it. There's Schneider at the red line, feeding Bigelow, and Massena's going to make a line change. Good shift by that second line. Did everything but score. Long pass comes out to center ice. Goes to Bulger, taken away by Fauché. Fauché flips to Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across. He fakes the shot into the corner. Looking for Fauché, knocked down. And back the other way comes the Bay out to center ice. And there's going to be a penalty on Fauché. And Bulger took a dive that time, but the official couldn't see it the way we could.
No, but at least he didn't see it the way we saw it. It was right in front of him, Jerry, and Bulger did take a dive, and I have to give him 9.4 for the dive. But, well, Mark House made the call, and as we said before, that's his job. He gets paid for doing that, and we don't. But we're entitled to our opinion, and I strongly disagree with him on that one. And just when the Raiders, that's coming at an inopportune time, their tempo was really picking up. They were taking the last 3 minutes, really taking the game to Alex Bay. As you mentioned, that second line had an outstanding shift, several glorious scoring opportunities. We'll see if this penalty cools Massena off.
Off the faceoff, McCracken whacks it out to center ice. Back there to pick it up is Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin in his own end, looking to move it ahead. Jamie Parker flips it in the Massena zone. Brett Schneider is there. Schneider looking to clear the zone, and he does. It comes to McCracken, to Pat Tracy, just flips one on, and Burns makes the save. Not much wood on that shot, but Massena out there killing right now. About a minute left in the penalty. Now moving it ahead, it's Sharkey. Sharkey leaves it for Bulger. Bulger takes it across. It comes to Schneider. Schneider knocks it, doesn't get it out. Here's the drive, the save made, and the puck comes to Adams. Adams in behind the net now, slides it over to Schneider. Schneider lifts it, and it goes out to center ice by way of Pat Tracy. To the Bay blue line, moving it around into the Massena zone. In behind, here comes Adams, flipping it ahead to McCracken as the Bay makes a change. McCracken gets it out to center ice, picked up by the Bay right back in. We got a delay offsides in Alex Bay, and the faceoff will move outside the zone.
Now, again, a matter of opinion, Pat Tracy just got away. He got away with a call right in front of Mark House. He just cleaned the Alex Bay players, skate right out from under him, and Mark felt that one wasn't.
Even it up.
Even it up, okay.
Okay, we're down to 25 seconds left in the Alex Bay power play. Still 1-0 Purple Ghosts on the post scoreboard, and we're down to 6:27 left in the second period.
The Bay haven't had a real good scoring chance on this.
Massena want to make another change.
Late change, yeah. Mel's not letting them.
No way. So we've got Morris out there with LaBarge and Mike Adams. And let's see here, Bigelow, the other forward. Oh, boy. Adams just got creamed. Puck wraparound right in front, but Adams picks up the loose puck and carries it out to center ice. Here's Mike Adams, just flips it in the zone with 10 seconds left in the penalty. Semi-good chance for the Bay there on the wraparound. They didn't get much wood on the shot, but the opportunity. Here's Morris picking up the loose puck in the zone now. Morris has it poke-checked away. Bigelow is there. Here's Bigelow right in front. Short side shot, save made, I think, by Burns. And the puck dumped out to center ice. Penalty is up. Adams swipes it back in the zone. Comes in behind Burns. Picked up by Tommy Moore. Moore right in front. Morris shot, scored!
Yes.
Jake Morris from Tommy Moore. And finally that second line clicks, and Massena ties it up at 1.
They were coming and coming and coming, just narrowly missing. And Tommy Moore dug that out of the corner and passed it out to Jake Morris, who was probably about 12 feet out to Charlie Burns' right side. And Jake one-timed it, and he didn't get a lot on it, but he got it in the right spot in the upper corner. Big goal, big goal. But that line, the last two shifts out, had really been working hard.
So Massena has tied it up here, 1-1 in the post scoreboard with 5:45 left in the second period. Morris line stays out there, and it'll be the Nate Parker line for the Bay. Off the face, it comes to Schneider by way of Levac. Levac feeds it ahead. Dump, poke check back in the Massena zone. Picked up there by Schneider. Mike Adams also picked up an assist. Massena, Bigelow gets knocked down, and there's going to be a penalty. So the Massena Red Raiders will go back on the power play with a chance here. That was Tommy Moore and Adams, I believe, picking up the assist.
Yeah, Tommy Moore and Mike Adams on the assist. Jake Morris at the 9:15 mark. And Tommy Moore really did yeoman's work on that. A lot of work in the corner, muscled a couple of Bay players off it. He's a rugged young man anyway, and he takes a hit and gives a hit and doesn't take a backward step. And did a lot of good work and threw it out to Jake, and he didn't make any mistake about it.
Tripping the call on Cooley. So Massena will go back on the power play here as the Tracy line comes out.
The things have been going the Bay's way, and the tide is starting to turn a little bit.
Here comes McCracken. Drops it back to Schneider in his own end. Brett Schneider starts out. Head man to McCracken. McCracken feeds it to Tracy. It goes to Murphy over his stick into the Alex Bay zone, but it's cleared right back out. Murphy flips it. Knocked down Adams, but picked up by Murphy. Across the blue line, here's Murphy. Gets a weak shot on. Burns makes the save. Tracy picks up the puck in the corner. Bodied off it. Picked up by Murphy. Here's Murphy right in front. Can't get the shot. Goes back to the point. Now it comes across to Schneider. Schneider's shot way wide. Murphy one-times it knocked down. I think it went off Pat Tracy. Tracy back pass knocked down. Picked up by the Bay, and they get it out to center ice. We're down to 45 seconds in the penalty. McCracken. Here's Scotty with a puck, feeding Tracy across the blue line. Tracy stops, goes back outside. Schneider feeding it over to Adams. Adams dumps it in the zone. It slides into the corner, picked up by the goalie. He knocks it back to the blue line and gets it out to center ice again. Massena not controlling it in there. Now here comes Adams into the corner, flipping it around behind the net. Schneider pinches in on the other corner. Schneider deep. Back to the point, Tracy. Tracy goes to Schneider. Schneider comes across right in front. Here's Adams' shot, and Burns comes out and meets him, makes the save. Adams comes up with a loose puck, hits the back of the net with it. The puck whistled around the boards, comes all the way back to Schneider. Schneider takes it in the corner. Penalty is up. Comes to Tracy. Tracy flips it. Here's Schneider. In the circle, the shot. Where is it? No, big save by Burns.
The Raiders had a beautiful play, and it was two defensemen, Schneider and Mike Adams. Brett Schneider had pinched down on the play, and Pat Tracy had filled for him, and Brett was working the puck down in the right-hand corner, looking. Mike Adams dove off the far point. The Bay defense didn't notice him, and Brett slid him a pass right across the goal mouth, and Mike Adams just planked it wide. Beautiful play.
Poche's line out for Massena now as the puck bounces, kept in at the point. Thompson, did he keep it in? Puck underneath and out to center ice. Here comes Dobbins in the zone, stops, waits, and it goes back to the point, but kept in at the point by Van Brocklin, slides it in the corner. Levac with it. Headman to Whitcomb. Van Brocklin keeps it in, shovels it, knocked down in front, and it goes into the corner. Dobbins after it there. Thompson takes him into the boards. The puck comes free. Healy jams for it in behind the net. Now Dobbins, Healy, and Thompson gets a piece of it. And Fauché comes back finally, knocks it free. Thompson hits Whitcomb. Whitcomb overskates, now comes up with it. Headman pass to Davis, goes by him and into the Alex Bay zone. 1-1 tie here on the Post Insurance scoreboard. Puck in the zone, kicks free, goes to the side of the net, and Van Brocklin picks it up, whips it around the boards, it comes out to center ice. Thompson dumps it right back across into the zone and gets railed for his efforts by Dobbins. Now the puck in behind the net. Whistling around the boards, Whitcup trying to center it in the corner. Whitcup gets a piece of it, takes it free. Here's Whitcup centering right in front. It goes over Murphy's stick and back to the blue line, and Dobbins backhands it to center ice. It's dumped in the Massena zone. They're going to have to call icing on that, and that'll move the faceoff back into Bay territory. And again, that third line doing a good job, but the pass is just not quite connecting.
Great job by Bobby Whitcup, digging it out of the corner, a couple of dekes in there, and then he slid it out in front, and it just hopped over Eddie Davis' stick, who was all alone in front just off to goalie Charlie Burns' right side. You know, Jerry, some things never change. 20 years ago, the Bay had the same system. They still try to keep their wingers out high and try to sneak in behind. You know, the players change, coaches changes, but it must be something down here. It's still the same system. They try to sneak that guy in behind the defense. They've always done that.
All right. Stepping out, take the faceoff. Matt Bulger with Jake Morris's line. Off the faceoff. Moore feeds to Morris. Morris looking to go back to Tommy Moore. Instead goes back to the point, and Levac flips it in the corner. Now it's Tommy Moore digging it out of the corner. Looking to center it back to Labarge. Labarge almost lost it, but manages to get it to Bigelow. Here's Bigelow looking for his trigger man. Gets by a check. Here's Bigelow flipping it to Morris, but it's swept checked back out, but kept in momentarily. But here comes the Bay. Shot from center ice is knocked down. The bouncing puck goes into the corner. Picked up by Moore. He flips it around behind for Labarge, and Labarge starts out. Here's Labarge, steps by a check, takes it across the red line, takes it across the blue line in the zone. Here's Labarge feeding it through for Moore, and Moore can't get the shot off. Goes in behind the net. Morris picks up the loose puck. Here's Jake with it, circling in the circle. Jake backhander right in front, and the big save by Burns as Moore was right on the doorstep. Now the puck bouncing along. Hard check thrown by Moore. Puck still tied up along the board. Slipping. Where is it? It's still controlled by Morris, kicking around in there. Finally, it kicks free and goes to Simpson. Now Bigelow tries to take it from him. The puck slides out to center ice. Here's Labarge. Labarge steps by a check, takes it across. Labarge, the big drive and the big save by Burns. Nice heavy shot by Jason Labarge, maybe a little high. Now the puck gets back to the point. Labarge again winds up, and it goes high over the net. Back to the point. Levac. Levac shot knocked down, goes wide into the corner. 1 minute left in the period. Puck bounces free. Pat Tracy after it. He gets knocked down, and I think there's going to be a penalty. No? What do they call?
I think it's outside. He's going to take the faceoff outside.
Why?
You know, Jerry.
Hand pass. Okay.
The first period, Coach Moore didn't use Jason Labarge. This is his first game back from the broken knuckle. He's playing with a cast on his hand, and I don't know if Coach Moore intended to use him tonight. He dressed him, but I don't think he was satisfied. The defense wasn't, in his estimation, playing up to snuff, and he's inserted Jason on a regular shift this period, and it's he's led that defensive core out there. They're really taking charge, much more so this period, and Jason Labarge is a big reason.
Off the face-off, puck bounces out to center ice, flipping to the Massena blue line, poked away by Mike Adams. Adams now starts out. Headman to Murphy. Murphy taken out of the play and back into the blue line, into the Massena zone. McCracken has to come back for it. About 30 seconds left. Schneider. Schneider starts out now for Massena. Flips it around for Adams. Adams ahead to Tracy. Tracy just shovels it ahead, and McCracken picks it up and sweeps it into the Bay zone. McCracken in behind, centering right front, shot, Murphy wide. Nice pass by McCracken. Comes back to the point. Schneider one times it goes in behind the net with 12 seconds. Bouncing puck to the side. Tracy can't get a whack at it. Has to come back for it. It bounces around with 5 seconds left. And McCracken throws a check. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That's going to take care of the period. And there's going to be a penalty at the end of the period.
That's twice deja vu. The end of the first period, there was a penalty at the 15-minute mark against Massena. It looks like we're going to have one at the end of the second period. I'm looking at the number. It's Scotty Murphy. Yeah, he's going to call him for elbowing. But at least that last shift out there, that line of Tracy, McCracken, and Murphy were into it. They were really skating, really forechecking, hustling out there, creating those opportunities, and they had a good shift. A lot better period the second period than the first for Massena, Jerry.
Okay, 1-1 tie here on the Bob Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard after 2 periods of play. So the third period is going to be the tiebreaker. Our broadcast this afternoon brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, Main Street, downtown Massena. Also by Agway, the times this season, most recently last Friday night against Northwood, when Northwood got ahead in the third period, and they have come back. Let's see what they're made of. This is a good game to see what the Massena Red Raiders are made of. It's 1-1 going into the third period in a game that they should be ahead comfortably.
Yeah, and I think it's probably harder for a favored team in this situation. You know, you're saying to yourself, good, we should be ahead by maybe 2, 3, 4 goals here. And maybe there's a little bit of lingering doubt. You know, you run into a hot goaltender. On the other side of the coin, the Bay, they're happy to be in this situation. They never dreamed that they would be here at the end of 2 periods tied 1-1. And here we go.
Off the face-off, Alex Bay on the power play. The puck comes along the blue line as the Bay just trying to move it out now and get set up. Finally, they dump it to the Massena blue line. Mike Adams is there. He waits, gives up the puck. It goes into the corner. Now the puck comes to Adams. This time he doesn't wait and flips it down the ice. So Michael dodged a bullet right there as he dilly-dallied around with a puck and then almost lost it to Matt Bulger. Now it's not George Dobbins. That's Jeff Dobbins moving it out. Gets a return pass, and it's stolen away by Scotty McCracken. McCracken's drive right on, and the save made by Charlie Burns. 50 seconds left in the power play. Here's Sharkey, cross the red line, cross the blue line, takes it in the corner now, poked away by McCracken. Here's McCracken, whips it, and it bounces high off the glass, and racing for it is Pat Tracy. His big drive, saved by Burns. Tracy got that one a little bit high, and Burns made the save as he just stood his ground. Didn't even flinch on that. Now back down. Here's a shot from center ice, and Durashi gloves it and leaves it in the corner. After Bulger taken hard into the boards. Where's the puck? Bouncing around. Bulger trying to control it. Back, gets the pass. Here's Bulger. Goes back to the point. Here's the drive. Deflected in.
what happened on that one, Jerry, the only real good scoring opportunity that the Bay had came back to the point to Bulger, or number 9, Van Brocklin, I believe, on the left point, and Scotty McCracken slid out to block it, and he normally smothers all of it. That time he didn't. It was a little late coming out, and it just ticked off his body. He actually deflected it, and it changed direction on Bruce DeRushy off the Massena player. A big, big goal for the Bay, and if that doesn't really put the adrenaline flowing.
So it's 2-1 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, and Massena's got catch-up to do here in the third period. Power play goal. Puck around the boards, back to the point. Poked away. Jake Morris kind of went after it and had it flip under his puck, under his stick. Now Tommy Post with it, trying to feed it ahead for Tommy Moore. Moore head man. It goes to Morris. Morris getting by. Here's Bigelow breaking in. He's got a shot in front. Shot saved. The rebound. Morris score! Jake Morris following up on the Jeff Bigelow shot. And Massena comes right back and ties it up 2-2, and that's a huge goal.
That's a huge goal, and that's an indication of what type of team Massena is. They didn't bend, didn't crack, right back. Alex Bay scored a big goal, power play goal. Massena answers him right back. And how that materialized, just like we've been saying right along, they beat that defense. Jeff Bigelow, long ringside pass, beat that defense.
Here he goes again, breaking in on the right side. Here's Bigelow, feeding Morris right on, the save made. And this time Burns covers up on the play.
To finish that point, Jerry, that started in the neutral zone, the Raiders threw it across. Jeff Bigelow breaking hard down the right side, was in behind the defenseman. Burns made a great save on him, but Jake Morris picked up the rebound and tucked it up high.
So Morris with both Massena goals, face off left side in the Bay zone. Off the draw, back to the point. Tommy Post just flips it in the corner. In behind Sharkey after it. Has it poked away, but coming back to help out is Nate Parker. And Nate dump it down the ice. That'll be an icing call against Alex Bay. And we'll move the faceoff back in the Bay territory. 12:58 remaining in the third period. And on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we're tied at 2.
If Massena ever wanted to answer in a hurry, this was the time they had to come right back. That goal that the Bay got looked to me like it was going to be a big one, but Massena answered them right back in a hurry.
Off the face-off, Adams shot, kicked aside by Burns. Puck in the corner. Whitcup now is the Fauché line out there. Now Davis in behind the net. Trying to center. It comes to Whitcup, and he couldn't come up with it as he was too well tied up. Fauché in the corner. Joey with it. Flips it around on the other side. Here's Davis. Davis trying to go back to the point. It's intercepted, and out to center ice come the Ghosts, but coming back and breaking it up is Whitcup. Drops it to Adams, bounce pass to Davis. Here comes Davis across the blue line, poked away from him, knocked down on a high stick, and they're going to blow that one and move the faceoff back in Bay territory. Incidentally, we just want to mention Massena graduate, former hockey player Jeff Fauché is here, and Jeff wanted to make sure that we said hello to his mommy, Kathy, who's back in Massena listening to the game. So, hi, Kathy. Hi, Mommy. Brother Joey takes the face-off. Poke checked away. Back to the blue line. Fauché after it. Feeds it ahead for Whitcup. Now Fauché and Whitcup jam along with a Bay player, Dobbins. And what do they call on that? Offsides, I guess, against Massena.
Well, I'm sure Kathy wished you were here to see how what type of job her son and the other line mates on that third unit are doing. They're having an outstanding game.
Even though the second line has both goals, that third line's done a real good job. Off the face, puck in the zone, picked up by Schneider, goes off his stick, and the face-off, I believe, it's off the ice surface. Face-off will be just inside Massena territory. 12:15 remaining, period number 3. We're tied at 2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Our broadcast brought to you by the A-Plus Mini Market, downtown Massena, and by Agway Family Farm Home and Garden Center, South Main Street. Quick shot right on. DeRushy has to make a save. That was right off the face-off. Thompson, headman to Tracy. Tracy to McCracken. McCracken back to Tracy. He breaks down. He's got Murphy with him. Tracy shot. Save made. The bouncing puck. Murphy after it takes a whack at it, but it bounces out to center ice. Now goes into the Massena zone. Thompson flips it ahead for McCracken. McCracken to Tracy. Here's Tracy 2-on-1 with Murphy. Feeds it to Murphy. Offsides. And Tracy waited, kind of two-timed it, and Murphy went offside.
Yeah, he had Scotty alone on this side. He didn't pick him up in time. Again, if they can get that puck, that quick, rink-wide, hard pass across the zone, the Bay defense is very susceptible to that. Sometimes they're standing flat-footed and watching the play and are really not conscious of the weak side man over there.
Okay, we've got the Morris line back out there against Bulger's line. Face off just outside Bay territory. Off the draw. Here's a shot, goes in behind the net from center ice. Tommy Moore after it. He tries to flip it by. Now Morris with it, poke checked away, goes back into the corner. Back after it is Chad Simpson. Simpson out left side of his goalie, dumps it down the ice, intercepted by Adams. Adams flips it right back across. In the corner, back for it is Chad Simpson. Around the boards now. Whoops, he loses it. Tommy Moore centering Bigelow. Bigelow Morris. Back to Bigelow. Can't get the shot off. Jake Morris goes back to Post at the point. Post dumps it in the corner. Tommy Moore. Moore in behind the net. Centering past Bigelow. Bigelow centers it right in front. The puck cleared by the defense. Down the ice it goes once again. And there's going to be another icing call against Alex Bay. And again, Massena, second line, moving it around.
Good pressure. They picked up their game a notch. Good pressure.
Oops, I take that back. It was not an icing call. It was a tripping penalty against Tommy Moore. I didn't even see that one.
No, tripping. I didn't either. Roger did, because I could hear him yell tripping, but I thought it was an icing call. Well, to get back, they, regardless of the penalty, that second unit did pick their game up a notch, had a good shift out there. A lot of pressure down in front of Charlie Burns that time, but... well, every penalty at this stage of the game is a big one. Another big penalty. Raiders have to kill this one off.
Adams takes a whack at it inside the zone, gets it back out to center ice, and offsides will be called on Alex Bay. So they killed off 10 seconds of it. We've got Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow out there. Dobbins is out to take the face-off. He's got Bulger on one wing and Thomas on the other wing. Adams trying to clear the zone. He doesn't. He hit Bulger with it. And Bulger flips it in behind the Massena net. Schneider around the boards for Bigelow, who is wide open. Bigelow flips it ahead. Meant for Jake Morris, but Morris just wants off ice. And Tracy and McCracken come out. 1 minute left in the penalty. Here comes the Bay, out to center ice. Moving it down into the Massena zone. Goes in behind the net. Stopped by DeRushy. Leaves it for Adams. Flips it. Ooh, he just got checked. McCracken comes in. Looks to bounce it. It goes up off the ice surface. And the face-off will be in Massena territory.
One of the Massena parents, Scotty Murphy's dad, Ed Murphy, down along the dasher, almost took one on top of the head as it came over the glass. Ed had to do a little fancy ducking down there.
Tracy will face off against Dobbins. Off the draw, the puck controlled by McCracken. He just lofts it down the ice, and Burns stops it. Nice, again, a nice face-off by Pat Tracy. Here comes the Bay, moving it out. It's Van Brocklin. Flips it into the Massena zone. Stopped behind by DeRushy. DeRushy leaves it. Picked up by Schneider. Schneider starts out right side. Looking to move it on the backhand out to center ice. Goes off McCracken's legs and back out. Now, McCracken throws a check, but the puck comes free. Tracy lifts it to McCracken. McCracken looking for the hole. Gets it to the Bay blue line. 7 seconds remaining in the penalty, and it's back in Alex Bay territory. Van Brocklin headmans it to center ice, comes to Mike Adams. Adams flips to Schneider. Penalty is up. It comes to McCracken. Knocked down. Where's the puck? And we're going to have a hand pass called against Alex Bay, and the faceoff will be right at the red line. So Massena killed that one off.
Yes, they did, and they got away with one.
Yeah.
Scotty McCracken, as you know, he's so intense out there. He just took a little rap at one of the Bay players' skates, and could have been called for slashing, but fortunately Mel Tumulty and Mark House were looking the other way.
Okay, Faucher's line back out for Massena against the Parker line. Off the face into the Massena zone. Thompson feeds to an open wing. Now the puck bouncing around. Davis couldn't find the handle, goes in behind the net. DeRushy stops it, leaves it for Tommy Post. Post starts it ahead to Davis. Davis feeds the centerman Faucher. Here comes Faucher, breaks by the defense, gets a shot off. Oh, Whitcup missed on the deflection. Now the puck bounces down the ice. That'll be an icing call, and that'll go against Alex Bay and move the faceoff back inside Alex Bay territory. 8:57 remaining in the third period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, we're all tied at 2.
Lovely little passing play, three-way play between Eddie Davis, Joey Faucher, and Bobby Whitcup. Eddie Davis hit Joey Faucher just outside the blue line. He carried it across, delayed, and Bobby Whitcup broke for the net almost.
Off the faceoff, Post pokes it into the slot, but right there to pick it up is Van Brocklin. He moves it down the sideline. Davis throws a check. The puck slides by deep in Massena territory. Timmy Thompson picks it up. Here's Thompson, loses it, Quick backhander goes wide. Thompson just skated right by the puck. Massena dodged a bullet there. Here comes Fauché breaking out now. Slides the puck in the zone. Van Broekelen and Whitcup. Van Broekelen, now Whitcup falls down, gets back up again, trying to move the puck around. Oh, he just got knocked down, and the puck whistles around the boards. Now controlled, back to the blue line. Thompson just throws his stick at it, and it's poke checked out to center ice, down the ice, and icing again. And we're going to have a face-off back in the Alex Bay zone.
Good shift by the third unit, possibly out there a tad too long. They were running out of gas towards the end. They're able to change now with that whistle. Good shift. I think every shift they've been out there, that third unit's really impressed.
Alrighty. We've got Morris out there now.
We also want to give full credit to this Alex Bay team. They're playing an inspired game.
Off the face-off, the puck goes into the corner. After it, Tommy Moore taken into the boards. The puck comes free, picked up by Bulger. Bulger trying to flip it ahead. Morris gets a piece of it, but it comes out anyway. Bigelow feeds Moore. Moore just whacks at it. It comes in behind. Burns stops it there, trying to flip it around, but Moore steps in front of the flip. Here's the pass. It meant to go in the center, but it's knocked down by a skate and out the center ice, in fact, all the way down the ice, and that'll be an icing call again against Alex Bay. The Bay being called for a lot of icings here in the last few minutes as Massena starts to exert a little pressure. Alex Bay clearing the puck a lot.
And I'm sure Coach George Dobbins have told him, listen, to get under pressure in your own end, you don't have to worry about coming out clean. Dump it, take the ice in. We'll always regroup after the whistle. 7:45 left in the third period, 2-2.
All tied up here. Morris's line out there. Off the face-off. Morris wins the draw, trying to get the back pass, but it's taken away by Bulger. Bulger lugs it to center ice. Here's Bulger, poked away by Bigelow. Morris picks up the loose puck. Here's Jake now trying to feed Tommy Moore. Moore just dumps it along the blue line, knocked down, and back the other way comes Sharkey. Sharkey has it swept away by Levac. Levac gets the back pass, trying to feed it ahead. That'll be an icing against Massena right there. That pass was meant for Jeff Bigelow, but a little bit too far, and he couldn't catch up with it.
Well, that time they did the right thing, but I think Jeff was he waited until the puck was passed instead of breaking and say break hard, make that guy get the puck to me. You can't break after the puck is passed. But I think the Raiders are on the right track, trying to spring that wing on the weak side.
Tracy off the face-off, drops it back, post, trying to move it along the boards, comes back to Tracy. Tracy has it poked away. Murphy follows up. Here's Scotty Murphy, head man to McCracken. McCracken goes after it in the corner, comes up with a puck, gets a shot. Oh, just wide on the save by Burns. Back to the point, Brett Schneider. One times it into the corner. It goes to Tracy. Tracy, right side of the goalie, centering pass comes right in front. Murphy, shot, score! And Charlie Burns came out to try to make a save, and I think he lost his footing, Dave.
He did. He was down flat. I was just going to comment for the Raiders, this line has got to go. It's got to go for the Raiders to be successful. And they finally, that time, three-way work. Pat Tracy dug it out of the corner. Scotty McCracken occupied two defensemen in front, and they threw it out that wide open in the slot to Scotty Murphy. And as he went to shoot the puck, Charlie Burns kind of slipped right down on his backside, and Scotty made no mistake, put it up high.
Here's Tracy ahead to McCracken, poked away, and back the other way comes the Bay. Breaking by is Bradley. He flips it in the corner, Massena zone. Tommy Post with it, feeds the winger now. McCracken, head man to Tracy. Tracy breaks to Murphy. Here comes Murphy, the big drive. Oh, he just missed by about 2 inches. Back to the point, kept in nicely by Schneider. If Massena touches it, they don't. Yes, they did. It's going to be controlling with a high stick. So Murphy gets the goal. And is there any assist?
Yeah, officially 8:02 mark, Scotty Murphy from Scotty McCracken and Pat Tracy.
So Massena takes the lead, 3-2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. 6:32 now remaining in the third period.
This has been the trait of this club all year long. Come back when they need to. And it's a indication of what type of team they are. As we said before, the Bay, they can't play any better than they are tonight. I know Coach George Dobbins, he's not happy with the score, but he's got to be pleased the way that they've held Massena in check here.
Okay, off the face-off, Fauché's line out there. Bouncing puck comes to the blue line and knocked in by Labarge. Back out no, it didn't get out. Here's Labarge, high face-off circle, and he wound up, and You know, if he could have gotten a wrist shot off there, he just didn't. He wound up, and by that time the defenseman got over and blocked it.
Yeah, Jason Labarge has a very heavy shot. He was just past the dot. I don't know how he got inside. What happened? He pinched down.
He's playing wing is how he got inside.
Yeah, he got trapped in there, but it just went off Chad Simpson's stake.
Okay. Puck goes in behind the net off the face-off around the boards. Adams pinches in and steals the puck. Looking to center it, it bounces in behind the net. Jason Labarge. I don't know if Jason's played any wing, but he's playing it right now. Mike Adams. Adams looks like he's trying to play wing too as he's deep. And Alex Bay takes the puck, moves it out to center ice. Now Whitcup with it. Whitcup gets by a check, takes it across the blue line. Kind of got hauled down. Ooh. Could have called that one. And the puck comes free. And back out to the blue line. And Thompson again lunges at it. Fortunately, he's got Fauché to cover up for him, and it's back to center ice. Here's Jason Labarge across the blue line. Feeds Whitcup. Whitcup trying to get the shot off. He gets knocked down, and there's going to be a penalty, I believe. And no, I guess not. I thought there would be, and the puck comes out to center ice. Thompson dumps it right back in the zone. Comes in behind the net with 5:20 remaining in the third period. Massena up 3-2 on the Corky scoreboard. Puck back to the point, kept in by Thompson. He flips it into the slot. Fauché tried to knock it going by, but it goes into the corner. Now the puck goes to Fauché. Fauché gets knocked down, gets back up, goes to Adams. Michael with it, slides it through, goes by Fauché. In behind the net to Whitcup. Whitcup, centering pass, and Alex Bay is going to clear it down the ice. And that'll be an icing call on the Bay. As I'll tell you what, that third line again putting all kinds of pressure on the Bay.
And that third unit, Bobby Whitcup, one of the strangest sensations in the world is to wind up with a big booming slap shot, and before you can connect is have someone come out of the blue and just rail you from behind. That's what happened to Bobby Whitcup.
I guess so. Jake Morris's line back out. One thing Massena's not doing is backing into a defensive shell.
That's right. The defense are pinching down. Well, they haven't been involved in the game very much, Jerry. Maybe this will get them into the game.
Okay, here comes the puck bouncing around. And the Bay, do they clear it? They clear it out to center ice. Tommy Moore is there, flipping it back to Schneider. Schneider to Levac. Levac headman to Moore, goes by him. Back in Alex Bay territory. Still 3-2 Massena as the puck bounces to Schneider. Schneider over to Levac. Levac ahead to Bigelow. And Jeffrey takes it across the blue line. Here's Bigelow trying to center it. Puck knocked free. Bigelow after it in the corner. Picked up there by Jeff Dobbins. Dobbins trying to clear the zone. Bulger. Bulger controls it. Goes by at Morris out to center ice. Slides to the Massena blue line. Poke checked in the zone. Comes in behind the net. Swept around by Schneider. And it hit the official. And now Bulger picks it up. Centers it, but Bigelow is there. Has it taken away. Bouncing puck, but here's Bigelow. Under 4 minutes now remaining, 3-2 Massena. Bigelow drop pass to Morris. Jake shot, sharp angle, save made by Burns. Now puck in the corner, Bigelow throws the check. Bouncing puck along the boards, goes in behind the net. 3-2 Massena. Comes back to the blue line and back into the corner now. Matt Bulger after it. Here's Bulger just flipping it out to center ice. Ahead it goes to Dobbins. Dobbins gets by Levac. Levac takes it in the zone. Picked off his stick by Murphy. Murphy almost lost it. Back to help out is Levac. Around the boards. McCracken. Oh, he's met at the blue line, and the puck bounces up into the Massena bench. And we'll have a face-off with 3:22 remaining in the third period. Massena leading it 3-2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Raiders clinging to a one-goal lead, getting down to crunch time, as you mentioned, Jerry. 3:22. I'm sure at this stage the Bay will be pinching, diving, taking all chances. And on the other side of the coin, the Raiders, as we mentioned so often, and Coach Morris, they've got to play good, solid defense here. Don't worry about coming out clean. If you get under pressure, just tip it out of there.
The puck sitting at the blue line. Finally, it comes to McCracken, feeds Murphy. Murphy's going to blast by, takes it in the corner, feeds McCracken too far. After it's Scotty. Scotty trying to get by the check. He's still after the puck there. Gets knocked down. Finally, the puck lifted. Pat Tracy steps in front of it. Goes in behind the net. After it, there's the defenseman Sharkey for the Bay. Moving up along the boards. Post throws a hard check. And the puck comes to Tracy. And they're going to call him on a charge, I guess. Oh, boy.
Mark House from across the way made that call. Mel Tamalti right in front of it did not make any call. And after the Ellis Bay player got checked. He turned around and threw a nice right cross to the face of the Massena player. That could have definitely been a roughing call. That's a tough call to make with 2:52 left in the ball game.
Massena on top, 3-2 here.
Raider coaching staff coach Tim Long is expressing his opinion on the far side. We got a timeout. The Bay call it.
Mm-hmm.
Good timeout by George Dobbins. This is an ideal time to call it, to give his power play unit, which I think were out there. That would be his big line of Bulger, Parker, and Thomas. I think they were out on the ice when the penalty occurred, and basically what he's doing is giving them a breather, because he's not doing too much instruction right now. The players are just kind of sitting down and resting on the ice. So I think that was the reason for the timeout. 2:52 left in the ball game. Raiders are going to be down a man for 1:30. We'll see who Coach Moore has out there. Looks like he's going to have Pat Tracy and Scotty McCracken, and looks like Mike Adams and either Brett Schneider or Tim Thompson. Looks like Brett Schneider and Mike Adams will be the defensive pairing.
So 2:52 remaining to play here. In period number 3, Massena on top, 3-2. But that's a very slim lead at this stage of the game.
Precarious lead. I know the coaching staff on both sides of the aisle, over their hearts are pounding.
Off the face-off, the puck goes back in Bay territory. After it is Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin picks it up, headman. And the puck poked to the Massena line. Schneider picks it up there. Over to Mike Adams. Adams just flips it down the ice again. Comes in behind. Burns stops it. Leaves it. And we're down to 1:10. Here comes the Bay now. Out to center ice. Dobbins. Into the Massena line. Goes in behind the net. Now after it is Schneider. Schneider drops it. Goes to the Bay in the corner. McCracken throws a check. Trying to kick it ahead. Where is it? Controlled by Dobbins. Dobbins back to the point. Here's the drive. The save made the rebound. Goes just wide. Saved by DeRushy. That could have been the tying goal there. Now the puck in behind. Controlled by Brett Schneider. Flips it back to the point. Kept in. Dumped to an open wing. McCracken picks it up. He's got a man down. Tracy trying to feed him, but it goes by him. With 35 seconds remaining in the penalty. Under 2 minutes in the period. Here comes the Bay. Breaking down, it's Sharkey across the blue line, drops it for Bulger and out to center ice. Jake Morris almost got a hold of it. Now Bigelow throws a check, trying to come up with a puck, moves it ahead, kicks it ahead. It goes to the blue line. Now Jake Morris picks it up. Here comes Morris breaking across, can't get the shot off, gets a shot off as he is hauled down. And we're down to 7 seconds remaining in the penalty. Now out to center ice. Bigelow throws a check, Morris picks up the loose puck. And the penalty is up. Massena kills it. Mike Adams with it in his own end now. Adams feeding Schneider. Back to Adams. And Massena makes a line change now. Here comes Adams taking it across. And he just feeds it in the corner as he gets knocked down. The goaltender, as Massena trying to flip it into the middle. 1 minute remaining as the puck comes to Mike Adams. Trying to feed Jake Morris. Goes by him. Out to center ice. Thompson. Flips it to the blue line, poked around, they jam at it, bouncing around, comes through Bigelow trying to split the D, and he gets hauled down. There's going to be a penalty on Alex Bay, and they got to call that one.
There's no question. Looks like number 3, Eric Sharkey, hauled down Jeff Bigelow, and he was home free if he hadn't. He put the clutch on him. But a great job of killing the penalty out there by Brett Schneider and Mike Adams. They were out there for the entire time, and even after the penalty was over. And then both sets of forecheckers, Pat Tracy and Scotty McCracken, and then back with Jake Morris and Jeff Bigelow. The Bay only had, in that minute and a half, probably one good scoring opportunity.
So again, it's 42 seconds remaining. Massena on top on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, 3-2. And the Bay picked up a penalty, and the faceoff will be in Alex Bay territory.
Right
Tracy.
Back with the Tracy line, Jerry.
Against Matt Bulger. Off the face, comes to Murphy. Back to the point. Thompson, back to Murphy. Murphy trying to go right across. Here's Tracy. Tracy moving it around. Back to the point, Levac. Levac fakes the shot, goes to Tracy. Tracy, sharp angle, nice save. and the puck dumped out to center ice. 25 seconds and counting. Now they're going to have to go after it. Here's Levac in behind his own net. Levac feeds it ahead for McCracken. 14 seconds. McCracken headman. Murphy. Murphy breaks by the D. Takes it in behind. Here's Murphy in behind with 5 seconds left. Tracy picks up the loose puck. Well, the Raiders are going to dodge a bullet here, Dave. Here's Tracy's shot. Burns makes the save, but I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy.
No, it certainly wasn't easy. But again, full marks to both teams. Alex Bay played their heart out. You're not happy with the loss, Coach George Dobbins, but his team, I know that this had to be probably their best ball game of the year. And full marks to the Raiders. They were down. They had to come from behind, 2-1 in the third period with 2 big goals, and the last one coming at the 8:02 mark. Scotty Murphy from Scott McCracken. I'm sure Coach Stan Moore and Tim Long are happy this one's in the book and they've got the W, because I know that they've seen their club play a better game, but they had to put it mildly. But the main thing is they had the heart and the stamina and the courage. They believe in themselves, as we mentioned before, to come back, and they did. There goes the big siren, Jerry, and I can't even hear myself talk, but all the Alex Bay fans are standing. In fact, they're standing throughout the game. It's too cold to sit here. They're giving their team a well-deserved round of applause, and the Purple Ghosts played their hearts out.
Boy, they did. They really did.
Yeah, they did, and Coach George Dobbins has got to be pleased with that.
So, again, a 3-2 win for Massena, but just barely. And they had to play hard in the third period to come up with the necessary goals after the Bay had scored a power play goal. Both Alex Bay goals resulting from power plays. The first happened right after the power play. The second in the third period on the power play right at the beginning of the period. But Massena came right back with a quick goal. Jake Morris getting his second goal. And then Murphy, after I think Burns fell down is what happened, and Murphy flipped it over him.
Yeah, he did. He came out to cut the angle down, and he lost his footing. But again, Scotty had presence of mind. Instead of just jamming it down low, he looked and he saw that Burns was down, and he got it up high. Maybe I'll run down the scoring quickly, Jerry. First period, the only goal by the Bay, Mike Bradley picking it up from Matt Bulger and Jeff Power playing. That was at the 6:31 mark. 3 penalties in the period, all to Massena. The Raiders outshot Alex Bay 7-4. The Raiders came back in the second period at the 9:15 mark to tie it up. Jake Morris from Tommy Moore and Mike Adams. And the penalties in that period, 2 to the Bay and 2 to Massena. And Massena outshot the Bay 12-4 for a 2-period total of 17-11. Big third period. Edgar at the 1:15 mark. Mike Edgar from Dobbins and Bulger looked like, and that was a power play goal. And as we mentioned, at the 1:15 mark, and that looked at the time, if the Raiders were ever going to really fold, this might be the time, but no way. Right back about 16 seconds later, if my math is correct, at the 1:31 mark, Jake Morris, a lot of work done by Tommy Moore and Jeff Bigelow. Jake tucked it away for a second goal. And then the game winner at the 8:02 mark, Scotty Murphy, with Scotty McCracken occupying the defenseman in front and Pat Tracy digging the puck out of the corner. They found the seam to Scott Murphy parked out in front about 25 feet, and goalie Charlie Burns came out to cut down the angle on him. It was basically a one-on-one, and he kind of slipped and went on his back, and Scotty Murphy had presence of mind to tuck it upstairs.
So that's how it happened. What are the final shots?
29-16 in favor of the Raiders.